Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, there is new information about a standoff in Old Town that happened Saturday evening.
Police are still searching for a man involved they believe is armed and dangerous. Our Devin Dagnall now has the latest.
Just after 4 p.m. Saturday evening, Old Town Police received a call reporting a man was holding a gun to a woman's head on Lance Court. An initial investigation determined Jack Fraser and Morningstar Mason were allegedly involved in that altercation.
Initially, police made contact with Morningstar Mason, had a brief interaction where she was uncooperative.
Sergeant Dakota says their investigation led them to believe Fraser and Mason were both in a trailer on Billy Joe Court in Old Town with a firearm. Old Town Police set up a perimeter around the residence and called on the Maine State Police for assistance.
This is the Maine State Police. Come out to the truck in the driveway with nothing in your hand. No one wants to hurt you. I can guarantee your safety, but you have to come out of the house now with nothing in your hand.
Mason was arrested at the scene after an hours-long standoff with police, but Fraser was nowhere to be found.
Ultimately, the Maine State Police tactical team made an entry into the residence and established that Fraser was no longer inside the residence, and the firearm that was reported in the original incident was not found.
Police are still actively searching for Fraser and say he is considered armed and dangerous. Fraser's vehicle was located in Bangor, but his exact whereabouts are unknown at this time. Authorities say if you see Fraser, do not attempt to approach him.
If somebody does think that they have identified him, just reach out to your local law enforcement and they'll be able to help you from there.
In Old Town, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, police are asking for the public's help after an Augusta man's death is officially ruled a homicide. Shortly after 10 o'clock Friday night, the Augusta Police Department got a call from a motorist reporting that a man was on the side of Old Belgrade Road in Augusta. The man was later identified as 34-year-old Tyler Robinson of Augusta. Efforts to revive him were unsuccessful. The State Police Major Crimes Unit and Augusta Police investigated his death throughout the weekend, and the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has ruled his death a homicide. Authorities are asking anyone who drove through that area between the hours of 9:30 p.m. and 10 o'clock Friday night who may have seen people running in the roadway to call the Maine State Police. That number is 207-624-7076.
Bangor police are searching for 14-year-old Olivia Spade. Olivia was last seen at her home in Bangor around 11 p.m. Thursday evening. They say her family did not realize she was missing until Saturday morning, at which time they contacted Bangor police. We are told since she went missing during the night, the only thing they know she could be wearing is a pair of black Vans sneakers. Olivia is described as 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing around 145 pounds, and wearing braces. She has dark green eyes and black hair and a tattoo of the name James and a Playboy bunny on her forearm. If you have any information concerning her whereabouts, please contact the Bangor Police Department.
It has now been 10 days since 18-year-old lobsterman Tyler Michaud disappeared while tending to his gear. Search efforts continue today for the Steuben lobsterman who graduated from Sumner High School just this year. On Sunday, boats searched Dyer Bay in Steuben to Tom Layton Point in Millbridge. A 4-mile shore search of an island was also conducted. Family, friends, and private pilots have joined the Marine Patrol, Maine State Police, U.S. Coast Guard, Maine Forest Service, and Maine Warden Service in the search. The Maine Department of Marine Resources Commissioner Patrick Kelleher said in a statement, quote, "I'm grateful for the unprecedented ongoing efforts of all who have joined together in this difficult search," end quote.
In other news tonight, a Maine healthcare company will pay more than $22 million to resolve allegations that it falsified claims. According to the Department of Justice, Martins Point allegedly submitted inaccurate diagnosis codes for its Medicare Advantage plan enrollees in order to get increased reimbursements from Medicare. The DOJ says many of the codes were not supported by the patient's medical records. DHHS Deputy Inspector General for Investigations Christian Schrank said, quote, It is a privilege for health plans to provide services to Medicare beneficiaries, not a right. Medicare Advantage plan sponsors that submit inaccurate claim information in order to justify inflated payments undermine the financial integrity of the program, end quote.
U.S. Senator Angus King has introduced bipartisan legislation to expand and strengthen the Center for Disease Control's efforts to combat mosquitoes in the U.S. He is co-sponsoring a bill called the Strengthening Mosquito Abatement for Safety and Health, or SMASH 2.0 Act. It would provide the CDC additional funding to research and fight the spread of diseases like West Nile virus. Specifically, the bill reauthorizes the CDC's original Mosquito Abatement for Safety and Health, or MASH program, at $100 million per year. It also authorizes the MASH program to expand training, evaluation, and to support education and training for public health staff that are engaged in mosquito abatement. Finally, it would require the CDC to coordinate with leaders on stockpiling vector-borne disease control products. Senator King's office says the bill comes as the U.S. has seen a rise in illnesses traced to mosquito bites.
So mosquitoes, ticks, all things we have to keep in mind.
Yep.
And the rain that we've seen today and lately definitely leading to increased chances of those insects spawning and repopulating, which is just not good news for Mainers and for their pets as well.
I think folks kind of forget about the whole standing water issue, so it is so important after we've had major rainfall, which we've had plenty of, that you look around your property to make sure that you dispose of any standing water depositories and you prevent the chance of them multiplying right there on your property and creating an increased risk.
Yeah, it's something to think about for sure.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here, get a first check of our forecast, and see what kind of weather's coming our way.
Hey, Beth, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by the North Ellsworth Flea Market. Let's talk about temperatures hanging out today. Mid-70s, we'll take it, right? The average high is 80. Nobody did that today. But hold on, warmer temperatures are in the 5-day forecast right now. No more low 70s for a bit across our neck of the woods. Okay, the rain showers are finally getting out of here. Again, they were scattered all day today. Still some clouds out there now. The clouds will actually disperse tonight. And tomorrow is going to be a very nice day around here. Wednesday, too, and probably Thursday, followed by our next rainy system getting in here, you guessed it, late Friday into Saturday and over the weekend. For tonight, though, we're talking about partly cloudy skies or decreasing clouds, mostly clear probably after midnight, with low temperatures hanging out in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Definitely looking forward to a nice, cool overnight for a change.
Yeah, that'll feel really comfortable tonight.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Gas and fuel prices rise exponentially over the past week. Our Doug Banks previews when prices could drop again.
And find out how one small Maine town is home to a unique piece of World War I history. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
Many states have a tax-free weekend, but you can save too. Meet Bridget to find that perfect mattress and get 15% off or up to 60 months, no interest. Experience the difference at Jordan's.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes, so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Skowhegan, is sponsored by Unwind. Come in and unwind with friends in the heart of Skowhegan. Enjoy a glass of Maine-made wine, craft beer, cider, local charcuterie, and dessert. Explore Boynton's Greenhouse, your full-service flower shop, greenhouse, and garden center since 1952. Williamson's Pool, offering above and in-ground pool sales, service, and installations. We are ready to build a backyard oasis for you and your family.
Beat Shazam is back with guest host Nick Cannon and DJ Kelly Osbourne. Please come take this $1 million.
Beat Shazam, Tuesdays on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll check out the launch party in downtown Bangor for the new umbrella art installation. Plus, it's blueberry picking time. We'll hear how this year's crop is faring. And Belfast is hosting its summer street party. We'll have all these stories as well as any breaking news coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. Crowds flocked to the town of Herman all last week to see some talented young ball players hit the diamond. Herman hosted the 2023 Little League State Championships. It was an opportunity for residents in town to catch some live entertainment while supporting young athletes from around the state. Many of the spectators we spoke with said these 11 and 12-year-olds put on a heck of a show.
You get the basketball court, you get the playground, you get the ball field. There's just so much to do here. So it was very much a baseball tournament, but also very much a family-friendly, family-oriented event.
We'll have much more on the Little League State Championships coming up a bit later in sports.
Well, switching gears now, if you filled up your car lately, you probably noticed a jump in prices at the pump. Gas and diesel prices across the state have risen exponentially in the past week alone. Our Doug Banks has the story.
Gas prices are on the rise again. According to a survey of more than 1,200 stations around the state done by GasBuddy, the price per gallon rose almost 12 cents in the last week. The average price is now at $3.75 a gallon. Diesel has also risen to $3.99 a gallon, 15.5 cents higher than last week. The reasons behind the sudden rise are tied to the lack of supply and the rise of crude oil prices.
The supply issues for crude oil were due to the extreme heat that was around the country. Multiple of the largest refineries around the country shut down because of that heat. We were seeing about 2 million barrels per day lower than typical supply.
To help lessen the stress on your wallet, AAA suggests shopping around for the best price. Just doing this story, I drove around Bangor and saw prices at $3.99 and as low as $3.74. Along with driving safer and more efficiently, apps and rewards programs could help save a few bucks too. Like Joshua, for example, a courier driver from Newton, Massachusetts. He says using the Shell Fuel Rewards program saves him money each time he stops.
If you buy a certain number of gallons, then it'll give you extra cents off per gallon for the next fill-up. They are able to charge you a little bit less for the gas, and it really helps the consumer for the bottom line.
According to AAA, if cooler weather comes our way, then refineries can open back up, hopefully bringing the prices down to a reasonable amount. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the U.S. may not have been involved in World War I back in 1915, but that didn't prevent one small Maine town from being dragged into the conflict. Our Jody Hersey explains.
We're a small town. We can make history.
Jean Hogan's grandfather was a railroad clerk in Vanceboro. She remembers growing up in this small town and hearing about Warner Horn, a German Army lieutenant who traveled to Washington County to bomb the St. Croix-Vanceboro International Bridge that was carrying both supplies and soldiers to the war front in 1915.
The United States was not in the First World War. We had not entered it. But Canada, it was a part of England. England was in the war. So Canadian soldiers were being brought to Montreal on the train. The Canadian soldiers were put on ships at Halifax and sent over to the war front in Europe. He wanted to disrupt the flow.
According to historical documents, Horn spent 2 days watching the Canadian Pacific Railway to determine the schedule of the trains. Longtime Vanceboro resident Hollis Beers also remembers hearing about Horn and how he only agreed to carry through with the bombing so long as no one was killed.
They had a hotel in town then. He went to the hotel, and that night he went down there, tried to explosive to blow the bridge up. They hung it under the bridge. Well, dynamite force goes down, and it didn't do hardly any damage.
Documents state some windows were broken, exposing residents in Vanceboro and St. Croix to the frigid elements and causing Horn to suffer frostbite. But the bridge itself sustained minor damage. Horn, who had changed into his German army uniform to avoid being arrested as a spy, confessed to the crime while he was detained at the hotel. He served 18 months in the U.S. on a charge of transporting explosives. He was then extradited to Canada, where he was found guilty and sentenced to an additional 10 years. The bridge that Horn tried to bomb has since been replaced, but the story of what he attempted to do still lives on here in the town of Vanceboro.
He probably figured back here in a hick town, he wouldn't be noticed. But sometimes that works against you.
In Vanceboro, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow, just an incredible piece of history right there. If most people would see that bridge and not think anything of it other than, wow, this is kind of a quaint old bridge, but there's just so many layers of detail and history there.
I mean, there's layers of history probably in every community in the state of Maine. You just need to kind of dig around and find out what it is. I like what she said at the end about, he thought he wasn't going to be noticed, but sometimes the small town thing works against you. I think that's true.
It really does.
All righty.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Lori Vallow-Daybell is sentenced after being convicted of murdering her children. We'll find out how long she'll spend behind bars.
And a longtime Mar-a-Lago maintenance employee is now involved in former President Trump's classified documents case. Well, those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Everything is forever in our family, really. So we want to protect your investment forever as well. I was trying to find a product that we could apply to vehicles to add value to the vehicle, but also protect your investment.
Value Guard is a one-time application. You don't have to worry about it after that. Linux is lifetime warranty. They offer bed liner coatings.
It's going to protect you from rust and corrosion. For 7 years is the warranty, but it's going to last you longer than that.
We get up and go, no matter what day it is. We make sure nothing keeps us from doing what needs to be done, because we're driven by what we love. Milwaukee's outdoor power equipment handles any job, big or small. From trimmers, blowers, and mowers to chain and pole saws, Milwaukee's battery-operated, high-output tools will help get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow.
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Idaho mother Lori Vallow-Daybell has been sentenced to life in prison without parole in the murders of her two youngest children and a woman she saw as a romantic rival. Fox's Matt Finn with that story.
Life in prison without parole for Idaho mom Lori Vallow Daybell, a judge handing down 3 consecutive life sentences after the 50-year-old delivered a bizarre courtroom statement about communicating with angels and her children from beyond the grave.
I know for a fact that my children are happy and busy in the spirit world.
Those words won her no leniency from the judge.
You simply have no remorse for it. Even sitting here today, there's no remorse for what you did.
The sentencing comes nearly 4 years after Vallow Daybell's 2 youngest children, 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan, were last seen alive. In May, she was found guilty of killing the children and of conspiring to kill Tammy Daybell, the former wife of her 5th husband, Chad Daybell. The children's remains were found at his home in Arizona. He's currently awaiting trial on the same murder charges.
Chad, you are next.
Outside court, family members praised today's sentencing, but admitted they still struggle with the loss.
I'm very pleased. We got everything we asked for.
This is about the loss of my little man, JJ. I won't have the pleasure of ever seeing him again until I die.
Vallow Daybell is also facing 2 other cases in Arizona, one for conspiring with her brother to kill her 4th husband, and one for conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband. In Los Angeles, Matt Finn, Fox News.
And tonight we look at the renewal of a divisive national security authority that critics say has enabled the weaponization of the FBI. Fox's Mark Meredith has more.
President Biden gave reporters a brief wave during his morning bike ride, while in Washington, his aides urgently called on Congress to reauthorize a controversial government surveillance program. The White House today publishing a 42-page report strongly supporting the renewal of Section 702 of FISA, or the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the government to conduct targeted surveillance of people outside the U.S. A presidential advisory board writing the data collected has already saved countless lives and, quote, forms the cornerstone of the intelligence community's ability to uncover and track threats to America. But lawmakers from both parties argue the act has also been abused, with some Americans' communications, including politicians, collected without proper oversight.
I will not support the idea of reauthorizing 702 for the FBI until they get their house in order.
It feels like we're in one of those places now with a clear-cut understanding that the abuses of the FISA applications and queries are unacceptable.
The advisory board suggests various additional checks and balances be created to prevent abuse, and the FBI, which admits to mistakes in the past, says it's open to discussions on adapting. It tells Fox, quote, we agree that Section 702 should be reauthorized in a manner that does not diminish its effectiveness, as well as reassures the public of its importance and our ability to adhere rigorously to all relevant rules. Congress has until the end of the year to decide its next steps.
Despite a pair of indictments and a couple more hanging over his head, a new poll shows former President Trump is far and away the frontrunner in the GOP primary contest. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports on the state of the race.
Proving his grip on the Republican Party, a new poll shows former President Trump is crushing his 2024 GOP primary rivals. Despite his mounting legal problems, the former president is leading his biggest competitor, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, by a whopping 37 percentage points.
They want to damage the leading candidate, by the way, leading by far, I have to say. DeSantis is gone.
Trump faces a possible 3rd indictment in the special counsel's January 6 investigation. And in Fulton County, Georgia, the district attorney says she's ready to move forward with charging decisions in her probe into Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in the state. Yet most Republican White House hopefuls have so far hesitated to directly criticize Trump. Those who do are quickly booed.
Donald Trump is running to stay out of prison. And if we elect
Governor DeSantis, whose campaign is undergoing a reset, has oftentimes stuck to his stump speech. But he made a rare rebuke of Trump.
What I've said the whole time is, some of the name-calling stuff, I think it's juvenile.
And with the Iowa caucuses about 6 months away, political insiders say there's still plenty of room for change.
There are some big things that could still happen that could really shape this primary. Iowa caucus goers have a real kind of culture of hearing candidates out, going to see everyone, and really weighing their options.
A strong debate performance becomes all the more crucial in a crowded primary field. The first debate will be on August 23rd. In Washington, Mallory Rivera, Fox News.
A longtime Mar-a-Lago maintenance employee is now involved in former President Trump's classified documents case. Carlos de Oliveira appearing in court for the first time on Monday. Fox's Alexandria Hoff with that story.
Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira appears in a Florida courtroom just days after being added to an indictment accusing former President Trump and his valet, Walt Nauta, of possessing classified documents. Prosecutors accused de Oliveira of scheming with the president in an attempt to delete security camera footage and lying to federal prosecutors about moving boxes of documents. De Oliveira was expected to plead not guilty in court Monday, but his arraignment was postponed until he finds a Florida-based attorney. Outside court, his D.C. counsel was defiant.
The Justice Department has unfortunately decided to bring these charges against Mr. de Oliveira. Now it's time for them to put their money where their mouth is. I'm looking forward to seeing what discovery is.
Within the same indictment released last week, special counsel Jack Smith also brought 3 new felony charges against Trump, including an additional count of willful retention of national defense information and 2 new obstruction counts. His legal team spent the weekend pushing back on those claims.
What was the obstruction of justice? Because no tapes were deleted. He turned them over. He cooperated, as he always does.
Trump pleaded not guilty in June. He rallied against the latest charges and all the indictments at a rally in Erie, Pennsylvania on Saturday.
These are ridiculous indictments, and all they're doing is hoping for massive election interference.
The classified documents case is just one of several legal cases against the former president. As for de Oliveira, his new arraignment date is set for August 10th. In Miami, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Police in Memphis shot a suspect accused of firing a gun outside a Jewish school. It started around 12:30 this afternoon. Memphis Assistant Police Chief Don Crow saying the suspect tried to get inside the school, Hebrew Academy.
Officers from Appling Farm Station responded to an armed party call to Hebrew Academy on South White Station. On the scene, they learned that a suspect did try to enter the building armed with a gun. When he could not gain entry, he fired shots outside the school. He left that scene in a maroon Ram pickup truck with California tags. Shortly after that, officers with the Memphis Police Department did spot that suspect vehicle. They followed that suspect vehicle until they could get enough officers here to conduct a safe traffic stop. The suspect pulled the vehicle over. He immediately emerged out of the vehicle with a gun in his hand, and that resulted in an officer discharging his duty weapon. That suspect was struck. That suspect has been transported to Regional 1 Hospital in critical condition.
And Chief Crow thanked the school for quickly getting police a picture of that suspect and a description of the vehicle. Officers caught up with the suspect about 10 minutes up the road from the school. Police say no one at that school was injured.
In other news tonight, X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, has threatened to sue a group of independent researchers who documented an increase in hate speech on the site since it was purchased last year by Elon Musk. An attorney representing the social media site wrote to the Center for Countering Digital Hate on July 20th, threatening legal action over the nonprofit's research into hate speech and content moderation on what was then Twitter. The letter alleged that CCDH's research publications seem intended, quote, to harm Twitter's business by driving advertisers away from the platform with incendiary claims, end quote. Imran Ahmed, the center's founder and CEO, told the AP on Monday that his group has never received a similar response from any tech company, despite a history of studying the relationship between social media, hate speech, and extremism. He said that typically the targets of the center's research and criticism have responded by defending their work or promising to address any problems that have been identified. Ahmed said he's worried X's response to the research could have a chilling effect if it frightens other researchers away from studying the platform, and that other industries could take note of the strategy.
Meanwhile, the clock is ticking for Facebook users entitled to cash from a class action lawsuit. Facebook users have until August 25th to file a claim to get their fair share of a $725 million lawsuit. Facebook's parent company Meta agreed to pay the enormous fine to settle allegations that it shared private information with third-party companies. You are eligible if you were a Facebook user in the U.S. between May 24th of 2007 and December 22 of 2022. The claims can be filled out online and it takes just a few minutes. Meta denies breaking any law.
The American trucking company Yellow Corps shutting down after operating in the red. The nearly 100-year-old company will reportedly lay off all 30,000 of its employees. Yellow had been in negotiations with its workers represented by the Teamsters Union and had avoided a strike earlier this month, but the company was bogged down by over $1 billion of debt even after it had received hundreds of millions of dollars from government bailouts. The Teamsters saying Yellow Corp is filing for bankruptcy after failing to manage itself. The company was the third largest player in the U.S. trucking industry, serving major retailers like Walmart and Home Depot.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, access to the Dakin Pool in Bangor will be free through August 5th. We'll tell you why.
And in sports, the Trenton Acadians are preparing to head to Legion Baseball Regionals. How this group's chemistry contributed to their state title. We'll be right back.
Could you sing in the blanks for $1 million prize?
Two things everybody loves, music and money.
Don't forget the lyrics, Tuesdays on Fox.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
It can be hard to keep on the sunny side when your home feels as cramped as a conch. But at Bob's Discount Furniture, I've got everything you need to make your small space fun, functional, and fully you. Whether you're upgrading your dorm with a Papa-Pedic mattress, rug, and decor, moving out of your parents' house and into their garage apartment, or upgrading your kid's bedroom with my highly rated storage furniture with financing options to fit your budget. Now that's worth celebrating. Get dorm ready, apartment ready, or any kind of small space ready this summer at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Ukraine is taking the fight to Russia, hitting Moscow with another drone strike as the counteroffensive grinds on. Fox's Trey Yingst has more now.
with the Ukrainian counteroffensive remaining largely stalled on the ground. The Ukrainian military is taking the fight to the Russians on their home turf. Over the weekend, a drone attack was launched against Russia. At least one building in Moscow's economic district was hit, and the airspace over the city was temporarily closed. Further south, in Russian-occupied Crimea, at least 25 drones reportedly targeted major cities. Russia says there were civilian casualties.
The Ukrainian armed forces performed a strike on the city center, presumably with a multiple rocket launcher.
These new strikes come after an escalation of Russia's air attack against Ukraine, including dozens of weekend attacks against heavily populated areas. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hinting that more strikes on Russian territory could be coming in the days ahead.
Gradually, the war is returning to the territory of Russia, to its symbolic centers and military bases, and this is an inevitable, natural, and absolutely fair process.
Meanwhile, the fighting on the front lines is still largely a stalemate. Ukrainian forces have advanced less than 10 miles in the past 2 months, and now the U.S. and other Western allies are considering beefing up their military support.
The work that we're doing in support of Ukraine is an international effort, and that support is focused on what their pressing needs are.
President Zelensky is now warning Ukraine to prepare for another round of airstrikes targeting the country's energy infrastructure. In Jerusalem, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
The State Department says it is aware of reports that 2 U.S. citizens were kidnapped in Haiti and adds that keeping Americans safe overseas is a priority. The humanitarian organization says American nurse Alex Dorsonville and her child were kidnapped from the nonprofit's campus in Port-au-Prince last week. Spokesperson Matthew Miller keeping the details of the reported incident confidential.
We are in regular contact with the Haitian authorities and will continue to work with them and our U.S. government interagency partners, but because it's an ongoing law enforcement investigation, there's not any more detail I can offer.
You don't know who's holding her at this time, or you can't share that information?
Again, because, as is usually the case with ongoing law enforcement questions, I'm not going to comment on any of the underlying details.
The State Department issued a Level 4 do not travel advisory for Haiti on Thursday, the same day the Americans reportedly went missing. The department warns that U.S. citizens should leave Haiti as soon as possible because of, quote, kidnapping crime and poor health care infrastructure in the country.
Southern border crossings are on the rise despite a massive heat wave that's sweeping across the region. The scorching temperatures fueling a surge of heat-related rescues. Fox's Casey Stiegel with that story.
A massive heat wave is still gripping the South, sending temperatures into the triple digits for yet another week. Despite the brutal conditions, the Texas Department of Public Safety says southern border crossings are on the rise, now up to 5,000 a day. But the trip could come at a cost. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, as of last month, agents nationwide made more than 25,000 rescues this year. In Yuma, Arizona, officials say migrants often receive misleading travel information from cartels and smugglers trying to make a profit.
And that they can walk to, Phoenix, coming in the general area, like somewhere in the Sonoran Desert, or they can walk to Los Angeles, be there within a day, which is obviously not true.
Just outside El Paso in Sunland Park, New Mexico, fire officials say they typically see more rescues from migrants falling over the border wall. Now they're responding to a growing number of heat-related illnesses, including heat stroke, exhaustion, and dehydration. Migrants often get lost deep in the desert, making the mission a dangerous one for first responders.
When these migrants come over and get lost in this area, the majority of the time, they're not found immediately. They're found days, if not weeks, after they've succumbed to their injuries.
Officials say they expect these heat-related rescues to rise through the rest of summer. That's the latest from Dallas. Casey Stiegel, Fox News.
In other news tonight, actor and comedian Paul Reubens, whose character Pee Wee Herman entertained audiences on film and TV for years, has died. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin takes a look at his career.
I know you are, but what am I?
Paul Reubens, best known as his character Pee Wee Herman, has died at the age of 70. According to his publicist, Reubens died Sunday after a 6-year struggle with cancer. In a statement released at the time of his death and shared on his social media, Reubens wrote, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters." Paul Reubens was part of the LA improv group The Groundlings in the late 1970s. The live Pee Wee Herman show debuted on stage in 1981, and HBO aired it as a special. The character, known for his gray suit, red bow tie, and catchphrases, starred on the big screen in 1985's Pee Wee's Big Adventure, directed by Tim Burton. The Saturday morning TV show Pee Wee's Playhouse ran for 5 seasons, winning 22 Emmy Awards along the way. There was also the sequel Big Top Pee Wee in 1988, and in 2016, Netflix's Pee Wee's Big Holiday. In 1991, Reubens was arrested for indecent exposure. He was charged with a fine and briefly left the spotlight, the incident greatly impacting his career. In 2001, another run-in with the law. Reubens was arrested and charged with misdemeanor possession of child pornography. The allegation reduced to an obscenity charge. He was given 3 years probation. In more recent years, Reubens appeared in shows including The Blacklist and Gotham. Jimmy Kimmel said Reubens was like no one else, and he never forgot a birthday, and shared his genuine delight for silliness with everyone he met. Conan O'Brien also shared in his tribute, "No tweet can capture the magic, generosity, artistry, and devout silliness of Paul Reubens."
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is with a ShoreMaster premium dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond is the country's largest stocking ShoreMaster dealer, with standing docks, rolling docks, floating docks, and boat lifts for any watercraft. ShoreMaster's nearly limitless customization options make it easy to create the perfect dock system for your needs. Take your shoreline to the next level with ShoreMaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Joe Russo's Almost Dead. Tour 2023, August 6th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Joe Russo's Almost Dead in concert.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America, Wednesdays on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Key Appliance Sales and Service for major brands including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings, and we hold the key to warmer temperatures and no rain tomorrow. Until then, though, right now the wind is out of the north, around 3 to 5 miles per hour. This will actually go calm for a couple hours tonight, and that means some dense fog, and they're late again, just like we had last night, right? It's also blowing around some allergens, so if you're sniffling and sneezing, watery eyes, this could be a reason why. Tree pollen, moderate category. category. Grass pollen is low. Weed matter category as well. Look at the mold, though, likely staying high into the weekend and beyond, as we've had so much rain around here this spring and summer. All right, so temperatures today held back a bit, right? 75 here in Bangor, also Bar Harbor. 71, only 71 Millinocket. The average high temperature is still near 80. No one did that today, but we'll get closer to that tomorrow, and even more so on Wednesday with some warmer temperatures on the way. The real hot stuff now has been pressed back into Texas and Oklahoma, into New Mexico. Last week it expanded across the Midwest and Great Lakes, and we saw a taste of that too around here, but now it's been pushed back that way. It'll likely stay there for a while, as it could be below average temperatures on the way for us, at least this week into early parts of next. Out there today, though, lots of cloud cover and then some light rain showers too. It wasn't an all-day rain. We had this, but overall, still some sprinkles out there currently. They're going to fall apart tonight, and then tomorrow, again, a very nice day, as this air mass over here is going to be a dry one for us. Drier, kind of cooler Canadian air, low dew points in the area tomorrow. So open up the windows tomorrow night. It's going to be a great night to do that with that northwest breeze coming through. Let's walk it through. So tonight, no worries at all. Here about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, looking at mostly sunny skies. There'll be some dense fog early tomorrow. And this model wants to give us a pop-up shower tomorrow. I think most of us will stay dry under partly cloudy skies for tomorrow. Same thing for Wednesday into Thursday before our next weather system gets in here later Thursday into Friday. And there could be a pretty good rainmaker in the area over the weekend and beyond. Okay, so rainfall looks like this until then. So here's into Thursday, into Friday. The rain pretty much off to our west until Friday evening. That's going to swoop through and give us some pretty good soaking rainfall probably late Friday night and early parts of Saturday. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, the rain showers are ending. The clouds are disappearing. Look for low temperatures down near 54. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. So lots of sunshine tomorrow. There could be a rogue shower in the afternoon. Most of us will not see that. Look for high temperatures back in the mid-70s tomorrow with a northwest breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows a very nice day tomorrow and for Wednesday and for Thursday. Then, our next weather system gets in here on Friday, and most likely lingering showers and a couple storms into Saturday afternoon. Beth?
All righty, Jeff, thanks so much. Definitely some nice cooler temperatures.
Yeah, we'll definitely enjoy the next few days. And sports is coming right up next. Stay with us.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Why? Our country style has more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. And our expertly blended flavors are a taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
Not all states have a tax-free weekend. That doesn't seem right. So come into Jordan's and get 15% off everything right now, or get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the difference at Jordan's.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out on the diamond. On Saturday, Trenton Acadian Senior Legion Baseball won the main state title. Looking back as they prepare for regionals, chemistry and family, in more ways than one, is how they got this far.
It feels awesome. It's really special for us, really special for our community.
Winning the championships are always good, but we're not done.
Trenton Acadian Senior Legion Baseball are the Maine state champions for the first time in their nearly 50-year history, and they're off to regionals.
I just told the guys, been together for 11 years, and some of these younger guys is 9, 10 years, so playing together for so long kind of builds the chemistry and gets us going.
And once they got going in the state tournament, there was no stopping them, going a perfect 5-0.
We're a very tight-knit group, blue-collar group as well. I mean, they work so hard, and they're so determined and so passionate. It's just awesome to see. That's just the way they are.
The Acadians won the title game 2-0 over Hamden. Tournament MVP Hunter Curtis pitched a complete game shutout in his first game on the mound since his senior season at Ellsworth High last year.
That kid is special. He threw his stuff, and they weren't touching it.
He really needed to because he throws hard. He didn't want to pitch all season, but he was willing to do it in this moment, and that's all you ask for out of a guy like that.
Another big story, another Curtis. Rising Ellsworth sophomore Dawson Curtis hit what would be the game-winning RBI to break the scoreless tie in the 6th inning.
If you need something, he'll step up and do it for you, either on the field, off the field.
I'm glad we have him because I don't know where we'd be without that little guy.
He also scored the game-time run in the 9th inning of the Junior Acadians Legion title game after the senior game ended. They would go on to win and complete the program sweep.
He was going to do whatever he could to help both teams win that state championship. Baseball's booming right now, and we love it.
The Senior Acadians will start regional play in Shrewsbury, Mass. on Wednesday. But no matter what happens there, players like Andre Lozano playing their last games of organized baseball wouldn't have it any other way.
This has been great for the last run. I love these guys, made great friends along the way. And it's sad to let it go, but this was the right time to let it go for sure.
Okay, now to some more baseball. Sunday in Herman was the Maine Little League Baseball state title game. Gray New Gloucester and Augusta going at it. A ticket to the regionals in Bristol on the line, and boy, was that ticket punched. Gray New Gloucester, a dominant display, defeated Augusta 12-0 in 5 innings to win the state title. The bats were on fire. Home run you saw by Caleb Barker earlier. Caden Oliver on the mound pitched a no-hitter, one of his many strikeouts right here. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, a chance to end the game. Mason Emergent does just that, a 3-run walk-off homer to clinch the win for GNG, their first state title and trip to regionals in program history.
Once it came off the bat, I knew it was gone. 3-0 count, I just wanted to hit a ball, score a run. And then it just went out. I'm definitely going to remember this for the rest of my life.
The boys have made history for Gray New Gloucester, so we really feel the love from everybody. For the town, this is the furthest that we've ever been, so we're really excited.
Okay, now for some Patriots news. The team is searching for a solid veteran back to back up Ramondre Stevenson, and a potential candidate came to town over the weekend. Free agent back and former Dallas Cowboy Ezekiel Elliott was in Foxborough Saturday visiting the team, and reports suggest that the meeting was a productive one. Meanwhile, the Patriots strapping on the pads for the first time on Monday. One of the areas of concern continues to be the offensive line. Tackle Trent Brown could be the key provided he stays healthy, and Coach Belichick says so far, so good.
Yeah, Trent's, in good shape. He's lighter than he's been, and he's been working at left tackle. So, again, none of the linemen have been in pads. Nobody's been in pads. So, you work on the fundamentals and the footwork and the assignments that we can work on.
And finally, let's talk some college football. On Monday down at Bowdoin College was the 16th annual Maine Football Coaches Kickoff Luncheon. Coaches from the 7 collegiate programs in the state were on hand, including many high school coaches as well. The legendary Jack Cosgrove is ready to kick off his 5th year at Colby, while Bowdoin's B.J. Hammer begins his 5th year in Brunswick. Both say the building blocks are in place for the Mules and Polar Bears to have successful seasons.
We've got returning all-conference players, 3 on defense and 1 on offense. So we've got a really good core group that we just have to build on.
Going from a team to a program is our players have expectations now. It's not my expectations, it's theirs. So they understand what you have to do to reach that point.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Are you looking at buying a house and would like financing options through the Maine State Housing Authority? Stearns Farm Subdivision on Main Road North in Hamden has 32 houses for sale, which have 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a 1-car garage for a combined total of 1,400 square feet. In order to qualify for financing, you will need to meet the criteria of the Maine Housing Authority and have a household income of less than $97,900. Please reach out to David Smallwood for more information. 949-3506.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Looking to buy or sell your home in eastern and central Maine? Look no further than Melissa Bartlett of Better Homes and Gardens Masiello Group. With more than 25 years of experience in the industry, multi-millions in sales, and 5-star recommendations, Melissa knows the ins and outs of the market, making your real estate journey seamless. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, Melissa's expertise will guide you every step of the way. Your journey to a new home starts here with your Maine move and Melissa Bartlett. Call today and let her experience be your advantage.
Whether you need a driveway paved or an entire road covered, expect the best from Eaton. Eaton Paving and Excavation. Looking to install a septic system or leach field? Expect the best from Eaton. Need to shore up some shoreland? Expect the best from Eaton. Eaton Paving and Excavation has been delivering the best results for our customers for more than 2 decades. Call today for your free estimate. Expect the best from Eaton Paving and Excavation. Call 348-5630 or visit our website today at eatonpaving.com.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Saturdays. Baseball's best are showing out. Swing and a drive. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Welcome back. From now until August 5th, access to the Dakin Pool in Bangor will be free for all. The free entrance fees are thanks in part to Bangor Parks and Rec and the local nonprofit Friends of the Dakin Pool. The organization's campaign Jump In will cover all entrance fees through August 5th, making it easier for people to partake in the pool and cool off a bit. Any proceeds gained will be going to support the Dakin Pool.
This group felt that the city needed support trying to find the lifeguards, there's maintenance, there's new issues. We want to raise $160,000. We're, invested all right back into the pool to serve the kids.
For more information, you can visit the Friends of the Dakin Pool on Facebook, and just a really great gesture by them that aligns with one of the best stretches of weather that we've seen all summer.
Oh, in terms of stretches of weather where you needed a pool, yeah, and it looks like, we're seeing a little bit of a cool down, but it's still very much summer weather, so no doubt there are going to be a lot of people taking advantage of that.
Yeah, let's hope so, because it's a great community resource as well. And, we hear so much about the supporters of the pool really trying to promote it, and what a great resource it is for families. But we were talking during the break about when you jump in a pool, what's your go-to move?
Yeah.
Whether it's the cannonball, the jackknife, the can opener.
Can openers, we oddly call it where I'm from.
Okay, so the can opener, do clarify for me, is that like the jackknife?
So the one leg down, one leg tucked, so like one leg tucked like a cannonball, but the other leg is down, which I think the can opener is safer to do off a high dive.
Right.
Yeah.
I like whatever will garner the biggest splash, so I'm probably a straight cannonball guy.
You're a cannonball guy.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to shout it as you go in, though.
Cannonball! All right. That's going to do it for us, folks. I can't believe I just did that. From everyone here at Fox 22, have a great night.
Good night, everyone.